Okay, creators, I know times are crazy right now and you got all of these gurus that are trying to tell you how to make money with this get rich quick scheme, whether that's a course, a PDF guide, a Shopify store. But in this video, I want to do something different. I want to give you the secrets to actually sign high ticket clients and 10x your income as an online coach. And when I say online coach, I don't mean a guru or an influencer. I mean a genuine leader and a mentor for people, because the best opportunity in 2025 is to actually take what you know, what you've learned along the way in your journey, whatever niche you're in, and put that in content and actually use that to help people create value, become an unlock creator, as I like to call it, and actually help people do what you did so far. So in this video, I'm not gonna do any gatekeeping. I'm gonna give you everything that I know, all of my systems that took me years and thousands of dollars to actually learn and master. And these will give you so much clarity to actually be able to sign high ticket clients and to become an amazing unlocked creator or an online coach. So without further ado, let's go in. Okay, so this is the secret to sign high ticket clients and 10x your income as an online coach. And by the end of this video, you will learn how to position your offer like a supercar. So it's gonna be amazing. We got a lot to go through. But before we dive in, here's what we will actually cover today. So we're gonna cover why high ticket is better. We're gonna go through how you can position yourself as the key person of influence in your market. We're gonna cover the 3 big mistakes all coaches make and how you can avoid those. We're gonna cover the unlocked creator model. And last but not least, the secrets to creating demands and how you can position your offer like a supercar. So grab your coffee, your tea, your preferred drink, and let's actually dive in because I'm excited. We got a lot to go through. So let's go in. So first of all, let's look at why high ticket is better than low ticket. So we're gonna do a versus high ticket versus low ticket clients. First of all, guys, you gotta understand one high ticket client is, if not better, equal to 100 low ticket clients. Meaning, for example, if you're in the digital marketing space, if you're selling a PDF guide for 20 bucks versus a $2,000 mentorship, you only need to sell one to make 2K in here, one mentorship, whereas you would need to sell 100 of these PDF guides to actually get to that number. So high ticket is just better, like right off the bat, because you don't need to struggle to sell as much. You only got to focus on a few people, and I'm going to walk you through everything, all of the frameworks to actually pull that off to get to your desired income. Now, let's look at some characteristics and some traits of the low ticket clients and the high ticket clients. A low ticket client is typically not involved. They micromanage a lot. They got no sense of urgency. They don't really value your offer, and they're just not great to work with one-on-one. So what do I mean by all of this? First thing, they're not really that involved because, to be honest, think about you. If you're spending 10 bucks on something, you're not really gonna care about that thing that much as opposed to a thing that you spend $1,000 or $5,000 for. They micromanage you because they are desperate. They paid such a small amount because honestly, they're not ready to invest in themselves. But at the same time, that's the irony in that they micromanage because they are just all over the place and they're super chaotic. They have no sense of urgency. So to them, they don't want to spend a lot of money because the problem, whatever, think about any niche. Let's say it's fitness. If someone is not willing to actually invest in a personal trainer to lose weight, then that means that particular problem to them must not be that important. Therefore, they don't have a deep sense of urgency. And a low ticket client will never truly value your offer because, it's low ticket. Like, people don't truly care about something that costs 50 bucks. They're not great to work with one-on-one if you actually want to make an impact, if you want to be a leader, a mentor, if you want to actually help them, highly involved. They're not great to work with because of these traits. They don't have the sense of urgency, they micromanage, they're not involved. Now, let's look at the high-ticket client. A high-ticket client is highly involved. Why? Because, they spend a lot of money. They don't micromanage because they actually believe in what they're investing in. They have a deep sense of urgency, and that's basically the main reason why they're investing in their own education in something high-ticket in the first place. They will truly value your offer because, after all, we're not talking about 50 bucks. We can even talk about $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 for an offer. So obviously they're going to value it. And last but not least, they are great to work with one-on-one because the high-ticket clients, just going to be honest and transparent here, are people that understand their current situation. They know what their dream outcome is and they want to change. They want to transform. So if you're going to write anything down in this video, write down this. A high-ticket client is ready to actually change their life. They're ready. They're just tired, sick and tired of their current situation, and they're willing to invest an uncomfortable amount of money to make a change. Whereas the low-ticket clients, they just want to lie to themselves that they're actually doing something. So that's basically it for the main differences. And so why are these high-ticket clients so good? Because people are absolute savages when they invest an uncomfortable amount of money, like I said, into their education. You're not going to see anyone that is willing to put 10K on the table who's not going to be involved. So people are absolute savages. Like those people, they are willing to really invest into their education, in a program, in a mentorship, to actually get to the next level, to change their situation, to finally get their ideal body weight, to finally work on that business, to finally scale that business. They're going to go all in. They're going to be absolute savages. And that is what you're looking for as a soulmate high-ticket client. So they go all in. And Hormozi said this, which I really love. He said, the people who aren't willing to pay for education, right, don't realize that they pay for it either way. They either pay in money or they pay in time. They pay with the one they value least. So you got a lot of people that will never invest into your offer, into your one-to-one mentorship, let's say. But that's fine, because if they don't pay for it with their money, they're going to pay for that education with their time. And I don't know about you, but I value my time. Like, I wasted, I think, 3 years, maybe even 4 years, trying to figure everything out. And then I invested in a coach, and in 8 months, it all made sense. And now I'm actually doing that as well. I'm investing into mentorship as well. Because the times I leveled up the most in my life and gained the most knowledge were the times where I actually invested a painful amount of money into mentorship, into guidance. But you gotta understand also, with a low ticket client, you deal with a lot of ego. So usually the low ticket clients believe that they know it all. Therefore, they're not really looking for that much guidance. But the coachable people, the people who are hyper ambitious, ready to actually make a change, they are ready to invest. And I'm looking back, and to be honest, guys, my biggest regret was not investing into mentorship sooner. Like, for a long time in my life, I was that lone wolf and actually believed I know it all. I started going into business, starting my creative agency. I believed I knew it all. And what do you know? I made so many mistakes. But that's the biggest cheat code if you invest into mentorship, because you literally take the best shortcut. Instead of wasting 3, 4, 5 years to figure it out by yourself and wasting so much money, not only time, but so much money in the process, you pay someone to give you the formula. You pay someone to give you the framework. So that is the mindset of a high ticket client. They want to take the shortcut and they don't want to pay with their time. They want to pay with their money for your knowledge that you you spend so much time gaining. So that's the entire framework. And you got to ask yourself, do I want to work with people that like to throw time at their problems, or do I want to work with people that like to throw money at their problems? Because low ticket is usually for people who just want to throw time at their problems. So these are probably college students, for example, people that don't really have that much money, so they're willing to actually throw the time at their problems. Whereas people, for example, that already are in business, they did something, they got money, and they're willing to actually invest money so that they can get rid of their problems or change their situation. And having high ticket clients will bring you more peace, not more stress. And trust me, I'm speaking from experience. Last year, when my personal brand took off on Instagram, I did what all of these gurus are telling you to do. I dropped the course, started selling the course. It was for 97 bucks, I think, at the beginning. And I was so stressed out because the people that got in were not involved. So I was stressed out of my mind instead of actually, having that peace. Having high ticket clients will also make you want to be more involved and deliver some savage results. So that's the amazing thing. It actually incentivizes you to push further and to evolve yourself as the mentor so that you can get some insane, savage results for your clients. And then overall, it will improve your entire business. There's nothing like that feeling of actually getting a client, a high ticket client, a soulmate client that believes in your mission, because that incentivizes you to just take your business to the next level. Because with the low ticket product, let's say you make 100 sales, usually that will not push you to improve your business, because at that point you're just comfortable. Because you don't have to deliver as much. You don't have to go out of your way to provide the value for your clients. But if you're an unlock creator watching right now, if you're someone who wants to make an impact, not only money, who doesn't just want a couple of followers, but soulmate clients, you're ready to actually deliver. You're ready to go out of your way. You want to go out of your way to actually make a change in your client's life. Like, I'm going to be honest, no Stripe notification, no amount of money that you're gonna see on your phone or your portfolio or anything, no amount of money will make you as fulfilled as actually changing your client's life for the better. Trust me, like, no amount of money. And so that's the benefits of actually bringing in high ticket clients. And look, if you're a top performer coach, or as I like to call it, an unlock creator, you just want top performers, soulmate clients. If you want to be at the top of your niche, at the top of your game, you only want to work with top performers. You only want to work with those people that believe in your mission and believe in themselves as well. So you want those people. And it's all about how you position your offer. And I have a really good example here that will help you illustrate all of this. So if you help Lewis Hamilton, right, drive 1 second faster, that's worth millions of dollars for him. But at the same time, if you help Joe drive 1 second faster around the block, that's worth nothing. Or even worse, Joe could get a speed ticket. Your offer and the way you position it can make the world of a difference. And the type of client that you work with can either make you a fortune or it can keep you poor and stressed out. So in this example, for Lewis Hamilton, him being able to drive 1 second faster, that is an amazing performance. And that will bring in such a return on investment that is just through the roof, and it is actually worth it. But at the same time, your average random Joe, that isn't worth anything to him. So it's all about positioning. And in this video, I'm gonna show you how you can position not only yourself, but your offer as well. And so turning something great into something even greater will make you and your client a fortune. But trying to fix something broken is just not worth a lot of money. So that's basically the difference between working with top performers, with absolute savages that are ready to actually make a change, and people who just pretend like they're doing something. People that essentially lie to themselves. So high ticket offers in general are easier to sell as long as you position yourself to succeed. Next, guys, we have how to position yourself as the key person of influence. So look, when you talk to your potential clients, they will always judge, even if you think they're not, they will always judge you and position you in one of these three buckets. So you got the newbie buckets in here, which is the guy who just needs more experience, right? So they're looking at you and they're like, nah, I'm not gonna work with this guy because, it's clear he just needs more experience. Now, the second bucket, which is slightly better, is the pro, the one who is skilled, but just charges your typical rates for that market. So they clearly have the skills, they clearly have the background, but they don't really stand out. And last but not least, you have the key person of influence or the unlocked creator, because that's what I believe. I think the unlocked creator is the key person of influence, is the ultimate hero in any market. And they are in high demand and they charge whatever they want. So this is the bucket you want to be in. You don't want to be a newbie. You don't want to be a pro either. You don't want to charge your typical rates in the market. No, you want to be in high demand. You want to be that key person of influence, that unlock creator, and you want to ultimately charge whatever you want because ultimately you are the hero in that market. So let's see how you can actually do that. So like I said, a key person of influence is the hero, and they stand out, and their unique story and methods allow them to charge whatever they want. After all, I'm assuming you don't want to make some money, you want to make fuck you money. You want to make that kind of money that makes not only your competitors, but your friends, your family, your everyone wonder, how did this happen? Like, he's just not stopping. And that's our goal. Think about it. Do you want to be just like every other coach in your niche? Or do you want to actually charge what you're worth, what you want? Do you want to stand out? Do you want to be the hero? That's what you need to think about. Because if you want to become a key person of influence and get better clients, you have to know this. You have to know what you do. You have to know who you do it for. You have to know why it matters. This means basically niching down. Niche down. And I get it. A lot of you right now might have that reaction like, Andre, I want to help everyone. Like, I don't want to niche down. I feel like if I do, I'm going to lose potential clients and I'm going to, lose money. No, it's actually the opposite. If you want to help everyone, you'll end up actually helping no one. I learned this the hard way. And niching down is all about, this doesn't need to be complicated. Niching down, what that is this formula. This is market plus your passion. And this is your niche. And inside of the passion bubble, we have your story, your lessons, your mistakes, your methods, your values. So you got everything. And you combine that with the actual market and whatever the market needs. You don't need to complicate this. And if you don't want to niche down, I want to ask you these three questions. And you got to be really honest, not only with me, but most importantly yourself. How long do you want to suffer for? How long do you want to suffer for? How long do you want to work in anonymity? And how long do you want to be just like every other coach? How long do you want to compete at the bottom level? Because this is what happens if you don't niche down, if you don't specialize in something. You will essentially end up just like everyone else. And you got to ask yourself, be honest, am I willing to suffer for this? Am I willing to keep going like this, competing at the bottom level instead of actually standing out, being the hero, being the unlock creator in my market and charge what I'm actually worth? And believe me, I'm seeing all sorts of crazy stuff. People don't want to specialize in anything because of a weird fear. So we're talking about fear here. This is at the bottom of all of this. I've had people tell me, you know, Andre, like, I want to specialize in digital marketing and also in fitness, and I love dogs, and I love video games, and I want to also do a course on yoga, skydive as well, and do a community for skydiving, like, and bring people in. And I'm looking at that and I'm like, how is this, like, you're only gonna end up confusing your clients. People that are stuck in that low ticket space, they are usually like this. They don't want to specialize, so they are afraid of actually niching down, so they don't specialize, they operate based on fear, and they're just focusing on nothing, really. They bring everything to the table, but at the same time, nothing to the table. So if you're done suffering, let's move forward, because I want to show you the difference between the amateur fighter and the elite assassin. So most coaches, they operate like amateurs. They're loud, chaotic, and they're chasing every single opportunity they see. And I know this because I used to be the king of shiny object syndrome. I used to chase every single opportunity to make money, not knowing what to specialize in, being like having ultimately that ego of like, oh, I don't want to specialize in anything, like I can do it all. But you know the saying, jack of all trades, master of none. So they're not masters, they're chasing every opportunity they see. But to become a key person of influence, you have to think like an elite assassin who's precise, strategic, and in demand. So the amateur fighter is all over the place, throwing punches wildly. And you can look at this image. I just found this guy. I thought he was perfect for illustrating this. So they're throwing punches wildly. They're trying to impress everyone. They obviously end up impressing no one, and they often burn out in the process. And this is your coach who takes on every single client. They try to solve every problem, and they charge low rates because, well, they're competing at the bottom. But at the same time, your elite assassin is focused and methodical, and they only take on high-value targets, and when they strike, it's with precision and impact. So this is what you want to be, because this is the coach who works with a specific type of client, solves one big problem, and charges premium rates because the results are undeniable. And this is the biggest difference. So you got to choose who you want to be. If you don't want to specialize, you're going to end up throwing punches wildly, not impressing anyone, and actually burning out in the process. So you want to be that elite assassin. Now, the second thing in becoming a key person of influence is developing your signature method. So people pay a premium for proprietary systems or unique systems, not generic advice. So think about Alex Hormozi's value equation or Russell Brunson's funnel strategies. Now, you might wonder, why do I even need a signature method? Like, this seems too complicated. Well, the truth is, without a signature method, you're just another coach offering generalized solutions. And your signature method or unique mechanism is your own unique, predictable system that guarantees results. And I want you to understand this and write this down as well. Low variability in process equals low variability in outcome. This is from Blair Enns. That means the less chaotic and varied your process is, the more safe and guaranteed the outcome is going to be, and the more predictable it's going to be. Because say you have your system, the 3 phases system, you have phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3, and this system never changes. So it's your own unique mechanism, and this will deliver your predictable outcome. And that in turn will make you actually appear more safe, like a safe bet for people who actually want to invest big money into your program. So it's all about creating that predictable outcome, which is also safe. And as a positioning tactic, you want to appear like the path of least resistance, like the no-brainer offer that is guaranteed to bring your clients in your niche results. And having a low variability in process will actually do that. And another lesson from Blair Enns here, which I really love, he said, another pattern I've seen over the years is that the focused expert becomes more expert over time, while the unfocused creative doesn't become more creative. He fights burnout. One builds an asset and the other tries not to deplete one. So you can take a screenshot of this, and if you're that unfocused creative, just know you're not going to become more creative. In the end, on a long enough time frame, you're actually going to fight burnout. So you want to be the focused expert. And this is my goal with everything that I'm doing. It's like helping you guys understand that the one thing that you're really good at, like that's enough. You can make a fortune just on that. You don't want to do 50 different things. You just want to focus on one single thing. And throughout my life, I did music. If you've watched my videos, I think you know this by now. I did music. I went into business. I dropped out of college. I started like as a freelancer. I started 3 businesses. I worked in sales in a SaaS company. I started an e-com, a guitar learning platform. And while I had some success, nothing really worked. Nothing really popped off until I put my foot down and I said, you know what? I'm just going to hone in and just go like all in on one single thing. And funny story, like before actually blowing up with my personal brand last year, 1 week, 7 days before taking off for the first time with my first video that took me from 200 followers, I think, to 10,000 in 7 days. 1 week before that, I actually wanted to quit because it was that saboteur voice in my mind. It was that, shiny object syndrome that told me, oh wait, dude, like don't go all in on this. Maybe it's not the right thing. Maybe you got to try this. Maybe you got to try that. And that is what you got to do. Become the focused expert. Now, a signature method will position you as an authority and expert. It will make your process memorable and easy to market. It will increase clients' trust and buy-in because it shows you have a proven system. And it will justify your premium pricing because people will pay more for a method they perceive as unique and effective. So keep this in mind when it comes to building your signature method. Now, here's how to actually build it. 4 simple steps. The first step is identifying the transformation you deliver. So try to understand what is the actual exact transformation that I want to deliver. If you need more clarity with this, identifying the transformation, the last video I dropped, the last episode, will help you with actually building your offer. Now, the next step, once you identify that, is to break it down into simple, predictable steps. So you got your transformation down, then you got to be like, okay, I have step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. The next thing is you got to give each step a unique name. So I always recommend having 3 phases. So phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. All of these, you got to name them with something unique. Because again, it's all about making your process into a signature, unique mechanism. And the last step is highlighting your unique angle. So it all goes back to why would people choose you over any other guide, any other mentor? It's all about putting the spotlight on your unique angle, on your unique way of helping people, which will in turn separate you completely from the rest of the market. Once we have this like big market in here with all of these, all of these people, all of these coaches, the competition, if you don't specialize in something, if you don't create your unique mechanism, you're going to go in this market and you're essentially going to create more competition for yourself. And why would you want to do that? If you specialize in something, if you create your unique mechanism, this will position you in a market that is not as competitive, in a market that there are only like a couple of people. So here you got a lot of people, a lot of coaches, a lot of competition. that is just generic, but in here, you position yourself and you ultimately eliminate a lot of this competition. So this creates more competition, being general, but being unique, it eliminates not all of the competition, but most competitors. So ask yourself, which market do I want to be in, and which one of these is easier to actually succeed in? So my own practical example for this as a unique mechanism is my Unlocked Flywheel OS. This is what I use with my clients, and this is what I've implemented myself to take my business from your generic influencer online that has a lot of followers to someone who is actually profitable and works with soulmate clients. It is a flywheel instead of your typical funnel that is based on transforming your soulmate leads from Instagram and YouTube to loyal community members in a free community on Skool, and then turning those people into dream customers with a paid community, and then last but not least, moving those people into my hero offer, as I like to call it, which is my one-to-one mentorship, which ultimately turns these people into soulmate clients. And these soulmate clients become case studies, and it all fuels the flywheel like that. This is an ecosystem that runs on energy, and it produces more energy with every single leads, every single soulmate leads that you get. So this is my unique mechanism. Now, for number 3, if you want to become a key person of influence in your market, you want to build an online presence that screams authority. So an Unlocked creator has the ultimate authority. They're unapologetic leaders. And this is where thought leadership comes into play. Because you want to share what you know in your own unique voice. And this in turn creates thought leadership. Most people are just spreading information, tips and tricks, educational content without showing who they really are. And so my question is, if you want to work with soulmate clients, if you want to charge $10,000, $15,000 for an offer, how do you expect people to trust you in the first place if they don't even know who you are? Because at the end of the day, you want to be the leader who presents his own unique point of view and has his unique voice. Now, that doesn't mean the leader is perfect. That doesn't mean they know everything in this world. It just means that they're specializing in one thing only, and they stand out with their unique voice. And people, myself included, I used to hide between the mask of educational content. So what happens is you post faceless tips and tricks in whatever niche you're in, but people want to know you, especially high-ticket soulmate clients. They want to know you. They want to know who you are, what you stand for, what is your story, what is your pain, what is your trauma that you're trying to overcome, what is your fight, what is your why. The only reason your high-ticket clients will work with you is your unique perspective on things. Because the information they can go find online, but the unique implementation, your unique mechanism, and your unique personality, that's what they're looking for. And I get it, some of you watching might be afraid of actually showing that on camera. You might be afraid of even expressing your opinions, your thoughts on things, because you think people will not like you. And you're right, some people will not like you because not everyone needs to like you. But the thing is, you need your soulmate clients. You need that loyal audience. And if you want to be a thought leader in such a saturated market, you gotta be what? You gotta be vulnerable. All true leaders, they are vulnerable. Now, this does not mean weak. This doesn't mean weak. Vulnerable means sharing your story, the mistakes that you made, the pain that you went through. And all of this is going to give people a window into who you are. Because you're more than the tips and tricks in your niche. You're more than the story that talks about the next tactic to blow up. You are more than that. You are the sum of all of these different things. And a true leader, a true Unlocked creator is vulnerable in such a way that it allows people to see them for who they truly are. And the more parts of you you show to the world, the more you're going to get back. And a true leader inspires others. And how can you inspire others if you just hide behind the mask of educational content? So that's what you gotta ask yourself. I used to hide from it as well, but not anymore. So on my Instagram right now, I have a lot of posts that are super vulnerable. They might not get a lot of views, but they create such a emotional human connection with the audience, which is what you're looking for. Because I might have a post like this that has 5.6 million views, but that's a bit more on the educational side. But then I have a post that says how I avoid burnout, and that's super personal. I have a post in which I express I tell my entire story about my breakdown, like every single thing, and it's about being transparent. Same thing with YouTube. I might do videos that are super educational, but then I have a vlog in which I show people my life. I have videos in which I'm talking about how I transformed myself, and I'm talking about real life stuff that we're all going through because we're all people. At the end of the day, no matter what the niche is, no matter what your offer is, you're working with people, and people are looking for actual people. Like, what a surprise, right? They're looking for someone that they actually can connect with. And you can do this via YouTube, Instagram. I'm doing it in the emails as well. So this email, for example, it was an email from the time I went to Dubai, and I was on my laptop and I just sent this email. And I was really vulnerable about how broke, lost, and burnt out I was. Like all of my story, like all of it. I'm doing that through school as well. Like inside of the Unlock Creators Academy, you got the link in the bio, by the way. But like inside here, I might do an educational post, or I might have a workshop and talk to people directly and actually be human and tell them, look, I went through the stuff that you're going through right now. We got people in that are sharing their life journeys, their stories, and it's beautiful to see people actually being vulnerable. And you can do that even through workshops. So showing, the more basically, it's not that complicated. The more you show yourself, more sides of you, not only educational, but personal as well, create that emotional connection, then the more high ticket clients you will get, because they're ultimately wanting to get to know you. And that is what thought leadership is all about. It's about separating yourself from the others and creating your unique voice. And that is an unlocked creator. Now that we went through all of this, let's actually look at the 3 big mistakes coaches make and how you can avoid these. Now, the first big mistake that coaches make is they try to serve everyone and they constantly undervalue themselves. I know we already talked about this, but you have to understand you are not the savior of the entire world. So if you can imagine, if this is the big market that you're in, you have to start here. So this is you. You have to focus on a specific group of people, make an impact here, and then create a bigger circle. And then a bigger circle. But especially if you're just starting out or preparing to scale, zone in on one particular group of people. And the more specific you are, the better. And how you can avoid this? Well, you define your niche. You define clearly what your passion is, who you want to help, what do you want to help them with, why does that matter, all of those questions. You define all of that, and then you stand out. And therefore, when you stand out, you're not going to undervalue yourself. You're going to price your offer however you want. And I want to ask you something right now. What is the limit? Right? What is the limit of your price in your offer? Is there a limit? And the answer is no. You have no limit. It is limitless. There is no ceiling for your pricing. That is the beauty when you become an Unlock creator. You can charge anywhere from $1,000 to $150,000 if you want to. Because basically, the higher the price, the higher the value. So all you got to do is just provide more value. If you want to charge more money, provide more value. So there is no limit as long as you stand out in the market. Now, the second big mistake coaches make is they overcomplicate their offer. So this goes hand in hand with the first one, which is they want to serve everyone. So they overcomplicate their offer. So this is their offer, and they want to do a course. They want to do one-to-one, create workshops. They want to sell PDF guides. They want to sell Notion templates, fonts. I'm just going like super random here. You get the point. Like they want to sell all of these different things, and that creates cognitive overload for potential clients. So what ends up happening is if I see a coach that is telling me, I have this, I have so many, I have 50 things for you, I'm going to be like, wait a minute, like I'm not going to go with you, dude, because like I have to spend 5 days just to understand what is it that you are actually offering me here. So avoid all of this. Like you don't want to do it. You just want to focus on providing one key solution to one specific type of person for one big problem, and provide your unique mechanism and your unique promise for that. And last but not least, in terms of the mistakes, coaches, they sell time instead of results. And that is because they don't know how to create their unique brand. They don't become unlock creators. They are not standing out in their market. So instead of actually selling the outcome, selling the transformation, they end up selling their time. How does that look? Well, simple. It looks like this, like, hey, I'm an online fitness coach and 12 sessions with me cost this much, and one course of mine costs this much, please buy. Like that is how people, like most coaches, sound. Whereas a unique online fitness coach, they basically market their transformation that they bring. They don't sell the numbers of coaching sessions. No, they just sell the vacation. They just sell that feeling of you getting in shape. That feeling of, for example, like with that, right? You could sell the feeling of getting in shape so that you can actually get girls, so that you can get a girlfriend. And that is your entire messaging. You don't sell, buy 10 coaching sessions with me for this price and I'll give you a discount. No, you sell the transformation. So these are the 3 big mistakes that coaches are making. And I want to touch on one more thing here that I see a lot of people do. And I'm going to write this down because it's so important. Most people, they struggle with the imposter syndrome. And this is super normal. And I was there as well. This is that stage, I swear to God, guys, this is that stage, like I've been there. I remember the first call that I had for my original high ticket offer, which was 1,000. The first call ever that I had, I cannot remember the person, but the first call that I had, my voice was actually shaking when it came to the price. Like when I had to say that it cost 1,000, my voice was just shaking. Now, maybe you're more confident than I was in that particular moment. But the idea is, most people, they struggle with imposter syndrome, most coaches, because they believe, they think to themselves, who am I to actually coach others? Who am I to actually charge that? Like, am I good enough for this? So what ends up happening is you get just trapped by this imposter syndrome and you end up quitting, or you end up pivoting to a weird low ticket offer. I almost did this as well across my journey. And this is why it's so important to invest into mentorship, even as a coach yourself, especially as a coach yourself. Because me investing into mentorship and actually seeking guidance allowed me to stay away from the low ticket bullshit and to double down on the thing that I can do the most, which is actually help coaches, help people one-on-one to create and scale their coaching business. And the best way to overcome this imposter syndrome and deliver the best results for your clients is to realize that you are on your own as well. And if you are a few steps ahead of your clients, then you can help them. You don't have to be a trillionaire to actually make a difference. You have to stop self-sabotaging yourself. You have to get rid of all of these limiting beliefs, all of these negative emotions, And at the end of the day, the most important thing, if you want to be a leader, if you want to be a coach, you have to be able to coach yourself. So you have to be able to get rid of all of these different things in your mind if you actually want to help others do the same. But I just wanted to touch on the imposter syndrome because I know it can hit hard. And you know what the reality is? Like, you are the only one that is stopping you from doing this. And I see so many people that could do high ticket, that could make so much money, but they end up trying to sell a PDF and they struggle, they deal with burnout, they are not willing to specialize in anything because of their ego, their fear, and their imposter syndrome. So I just wanted to talk about this because I know it's a big thing for coaches. So remember, you are enough right now. Your journey is enough. It's all about being authentic, becoming a thought leader, and that will allow you to not only attract, but sign high ticket clients. Now, speaking of leaders, this is the Unlocked Creator model. And this is gonna help you win big, sign your soulmate clients, and completely crush any market. So you gotta understand, times have changed. People are tired of courses, of funnels, and PDF guides. People want true leaders, as we talked about so far. Leaders who are highly involved and dedicated to actually getting them results. So the way to win and sign your soulmate high ticket clients is becoming an unlocked creator. An unlocked creator, as we talked about so far, is a leader that adapts and scales fast. As Stephen Hawking famously said, intelligence is the ability to adapt to change. So as markets are changing with AI as well, people not wanting courses, people not actually wanting another PDF guide, are you willing to adapt? Are you willing to transform yourself and become the unlocked creator that you deserve to be? And the truth is, high ticket clients don't want 50 more courses, 32 PDF guides, or your new shiny Notion template. Like, I'm not trying to diss your Notion skills, but they don't want that. They want access to you. They want a clear roadmap that gets them wins. And remember the Unlock Flywheel system that I was talking about, the unique mechanism? This is my hero offer mechanism, which I'm going to give you right now for free so that you can implement it and actually sign high ticket clients. So if you want to build a high ticket successful offer and sign your dream clients, you need to create almost like this value ladder that you see in here. So you're the hero, right? And this is your big offer, your high ticket offer. So your high ticket offer is basically one solution, remember, for one big problem for a specific type of person. But with that solution, you have multiple levels of access. So you don't just do courses, you don't just do another PDF guide. No, you start by providing a lot of free value in here. And this could be done through YouTube, through Instagram, even X, LinkedIn. And then you move people from this free value in here to your free community on Skool. So Skool right now is the most ideal option. Why? Because it actually combines the community aspect with the courses aspect and the calendar with the meetings as well. And it's super interactive, super gamified. It's awesome. And then what's the next level of access? Well, it's group coaching in a paid community. And then if they want even more access to you, which is the highest tier, this is the one-to-one mentorship or the inner circle in which you work at this point with only soulmate clients, right? And this is the final level that you want to get people to. And this is your one solution with multiple levels of access. This entire system will allow you to take your soulmate leads, put them into your loyal free community, putting those people, taking some of them into the paid community, and then last but not least, those soulmate clients into your one-to-one inner circle mentorship to actually provide the most results. And the beauty in this is that you can apply this to any niche. And trust me, guys, if I would have had this years ago, it would have changed my life. I'm not even kidding. since I've started to implement it, we're signing the best clients right now, building everything. And it's just, the difference is night and day. Because if you just want to focus on a course, like that has such a low ceiling. But this entire system, one solution, multiple levels of access, will 10x your coaching business, your hero offer, and ultimately produce the best results for the best people that you want to work with. Because see, the big problem in this space is that most coaches don't actually help their clients. They overwhelm them. And we have this little guy in here. So this is how it works. The client starts working with the coach and they're already a bit confused, right? But then the client gets even more confused by the endless courses and materials that they find. So as we were talking about it before, you have all of these different courses, all of these PDF guides. You don't have a clear roadmap for your clients. So they end up being more confused. If they're more confused, more overwhelmed, more stressed out, more anxious, they end up taking no action and they end up quitting. But what if you could design the learning journey for your clients like a game? So do you know Duolingo? I'm a big fan of it. Now I'm actually studying, learning Arabic on it. And it's kind of tough, I'm not gonna lie. But these guys are amazing because they really get learning. They understand that in order for people to actually learn, they need to create this gamified, right? Gamified experience. And so with Duolingo, you know, you got the cute birdie in there, you got levels, you got rewards, you got all of these different systems, you can get gems, it's fun, it's colorful, and that way people are actually treating learning as a game rather than this, you know, annoying, stressful experience. So what if you could design the learning journey for your clients like a game? Here's my game changer for you. Our Unlock Creator model. So this is what I'm implementing in my school community, Unlocked Creators. If you're into video games, you probably know this concept, but in all of these different games, you have these sort of gaming rank badges that as you advance through levels, as you level up, you get these rewards or badges, like achievement badges. And this is what we have with our Unlocked Mastery system in here. So the idea is inside our school, instead of having courses, you have no courses. You have no random material. You have levels. And you're going to become a master. That is why I call it the Unlock Mastery. So you start at level 1, you have all of these different badges, right? You start at level 1, and each of these levels contains a system that you can implement into your business. And once you're done implementing the system in level 1, then you get access to level 2, and then you get access to level 3. And you only get access to the next level once you've completed the previous level. And that way, nobody gets lost, it's more fun, it's faster, and it produces more results and more wins for people. You go from this, you know, simple badge here to the Unlocked Master badge. And this is the idea, gamifying the entire experience. And one of my best mentors, his name is Chris Griffiths. He's a fantastic CEO, super successful, built multiple companies, currently CEO of OpenGenius, best-selling author, a leader in creative thinking. He taught me so much and I'm super grateful for him. He's actually the one person that saw the potential that I had before anyone else. He told me I'm amazing with people. He told me I can actually help people. And he's actually, now that I think of it, a really big part of me actually doing the coaching that I'm doing right now. We had so many conversations about the importance of actually gamifying learning experiences, and Chris built companies, successful companies that were actually based on that. And I'm talking like even back in the day, like he pioneered this entire system of actually gamifying learning because he understood that people love to actually get that dopamine, you know, rush when they get a reward. So he gamified the entire thing. And one of his best articles, he's talking about thinking without the box. So in this entire system that we're talking about, and I literally took what he said right here and I implemented into my business this is the reason why I'm able to come up with all of these different systems. He says, think without the box. And this is from one of his articles. I think this is from GQ that he published. And he says, we've all heard the phrase, think outside the box. But that actually doesn't go far enough. If we want to be creative, we need to throw the box out altogether. And to do that, we have to understand what the box is. The box represents our natural biases and assumptions that we've learned from our surroundings and upbringing. Though assumption may sound like a fairly innocuous issue, you only need to look at a case like Kodak to see its impact. So once a world leader in photography, its inability to embrace digital photography meant that when the new medium took off, it was left behind. Challenging your assumptions and throwing out the box altogether will give you access to untainted creativity. So let's write that down because that is so good. Untainted creativity. So when it comes to actually building your unique mechanism, you have to throw out the box altogether. And you have to understand, in order for your clients to be engaged, get results, move fast, and actually have fun, you have to create a unique experience for them, and you have to gamify the entire thing. And this is what I'm doing, using all of the advice, all of the techniques that I got from Chris as well, with the game-changing Unlock Creator model, which is the Unlock Mastery inside of Skool, which allows people to go through all of these different levels without being lost and actually having a clear roadmap that they can follow and ultimately have fun collecting these badges. And last but not least, guys, what is the secret? What are the secrets to creating demands, which is what you need to sell your high ticket offer? It's simple. Like I said in the beginning, you gotta position your offer like a supercar. So in this image here, the only car that is sold is the Lamborghini in the middle. The rest of the cars, they're not sold because, well, they're kind of ugly and no one cares. But everyone cares about the supercars. And the thing is, low ticket offers are like selling economy cars. They're affordable, but the profit margins are low. You have to sell hundreds just to hit your income goals. And each sale requires a lot of time and energy. And let's be real, they're not investing in the car for the long run. They're only looking for a quick fix to get from A to B. So think about it. If you just get an old Honda Civic, you don't really care about the car. You know, you just need it to get you from point A to point B. So that's the thing. Low ticket offers are like selling economy cars, whereas high ticket offers are like selling supercars. So each car has a premium price tag, meaning you only need to sell a few supercars to hit your income goals. So think about Lamborghini, Ferrari. They don't have to sell that many cars to actually be profitable. And the buyers for supercars or high ticket offers are serious investors. They know the value of what they're purchasing and they're willing to pay premium for the experience, status, and performance of the car. And they ultimately value the experience and status that the car brings over the price tag. Because that is the thing. With a high ticket offer that costs $10,000, if you provide your clients a system for them to make $50,000 and an amazing experience along the way, they're not going to look at the price. They're only going to look at the experience and the return that they're going to get. It's the same with supercars. People don't think about the price. People think about how their life is going to be changed for the better once they sit in that Lamborghini. That is how people have to look at your offer and what you're selling in order for them to actually say yes. They have to understand that their life is going to change so much more for the better that the price doesn't even matter. Like, you got to understand, the more you make your soulmate clients look at the value, not the price, the more you will sell. And I wanted to make that analogy with the cars because it's perfect. And look, true value is scarce. So if you behave like the market, you'll get the market rate. If you keep selling like the market, you will only get the market rate. And now let's actually talk about how you can create scarcity, because that drives demand, that creates demand. And I put this ad from Porsche here, which is amazing. And this says, honestly now, did you spend your youth dreaming about someday owning a Nissan or a Mitsubishi? And then they just put the Porsche there. And you can ask the same question for your low ticket offer. Do you honestly think your clients will actually change their lives with a small PDF or not? Or do you think they want something premium? Because just like any other thing, if you want to take your family out to dinner, you're not going to take them to an ugly restaurant. You're going to look for the better option. You're going to look for the premium option. Even though it might be a little bit more pricey, you get the better experience. You get the better value. If you want to create demand for your offer, you have to make it not that available for everyone. So this is what I like to call the scarcity stack, which you can implement right now. So this is made of introduction events, waiting lists, and limited spots. So the goal for you with this entire thing is you want to be highly protective of your capacity to provide amazing results. And most importantly, you want to protect your peace. So this is the why behind creating scarcity. You don't want to work with everyone all of the time, because that in turn will not let you provide the best service and the best results for the clients. You can start with introduction events. These can be workshops in which you just introduce people, you introduce people to your program. You give them a lot of value, but you just introduce them. And let's say you're doing an introduction event. You can send people to a waiting list, a simple form for people to sign up. And then you can tell them, hey guys, spots are gone. We have 0 spots left. We're closed right now. However, you can join our waiting list and we're gonna let you know when we're open. And that creates real scarcity. And last but not least, you can even do limited spots with these events. When we're talking about high tickets, focus on a limited amount of people. Let's say you work with 8 clients in a year. Once these spots are filled and it goes to 0, then you are honest with everyone. And then you say, look, I don't have any more spots. If you want to actually work with me, sign up to the waiting list, and you send them there. So this is the scarcity stack that will ultimately protect your capacity to provide amazing results, because this is the goal. If you want to be in high demand, if you want to be an unlock creator that sells a high ticket offer to your soulmate clients, you have to position your entire offer like a supercar. And let me tell you this, the Honda Civics, the small cars are always available in the dealerships. But the ironic thing is that the Lamborghinis, the supercars, are rarely available. They are rarely available. Why? Because they are truly valuable, because they're scarce. And people want them and they sell like crazy. So ask yourself, do I want to be the one that sells generic small cars for a couple of bucks here and there? Or do I want to sell supercars? Do I want to create unique experiences for people and actually change their life once they take their seat, once they actually go into that supercar or that offer? Their life is entirely changed. Creators, that's it for this video. Hopefully you got tons of value from it. And if you did, make sure you subscribe, because the next one is going to be a banger. I'm gonna show you how you can build your own cult following and actually attract infinite soulmate leads so that you can sell your high ticket offer. I'll see you there.